The Belgian Grand Prix isn't just another race, but the turning point of the entire 2025 season. Ferrari's gamble, McLaren's secret weapon, and Red Bull's silent strike. Spa is about to explode. Let's dive in. Ferrari, make or break moment. Ferrari heads to Spa under serious pressure. Silverstone exposed the SF25's core weaknesses: unstable in the wet, twitchy in low-speed corners, and lacking consistency over a race distance. Leclerc finished a miserable P14 after a botched strategy, while Hamilton salvaged P4 in the sister car. But behind the scenes, the real story was Ferrari's private suspension test at Mugello. The new rear end, featuring increased anti-squat geometry, is aimed at improving traction and mechanical grip, especially on corner exits. More importantly, it allows for a wider operational ride height range, critical for a track like Spa with dramatic elevation changes. Engineers confirmed strong data correlation between track, wind tunnel, and simulator runs. And crucially, it passed the Planck wear test, meaning Ferrari can push without risking legality on ride height. While the expected gain is just 0.1s per lap, the upgrade's real value is in unlocking consistent grip across different setups. If it works, Ferrari could finally find pace in high-speed sectors where they've lagged. And it doesn't stop there. According to Autoracer, a fully revised underfloor is coming for Hungary. That could be Ferrari's biggest weapon yet in the fight to reel in McLaren before the summer break. Red Bull, the silent killers. Oddly enough, Red Bull has flown under the radar recently, but don't be fooled. The reigning champs are set to unleash a quiet but potentially lethal floor tweak at Spa. After being pushed by McLaren in both race pace and tyre life, Red Bull has reportedly focused on rear downforce retention at medium to high yaw angles, perfect for Spa's sweeping transitions like Blanchimont and Pohon. Expect Max Verstappen to return to form after some mid-season inconsistencies, especially with a car likely trimmed for straight-line speed dominance. Whether it's enough to hold off McLaren's relentless charge? That's the big question. Mercedes, complexity still reigns. The British Grand Prix showed Mercedes still hasn't solved the W16 puzzle. Despite podium potential on paper, poor strategy and tyre struggles left George Russell in P10, while Kimi Antonelli, retired after a rear-end failure, wrecked his diffuser. It's been the story of their season. Moments of promise drowned by inconsistency. Spa could mark a turning point. Mercedes is bringing upgrades, confirmed by Chief Communications Officer Bradley Lord. While specifics are under wraps, paddock chatter points to front-wing tweaks and possibly a long-awaited sidepod redesign. The new front wing is expected to improve outwash and front-end stability, key at Spa's fast-sweeping corners. More intriguing, though, is the potential debut of the disconnected upper sidepod design, a Red Bull innovation that McLaren has since mastered. This change could significantly clean up airflow to the rear, unlocking more consistent high-speed downforce. Additionally, Mercedes has been testing updated tyre management systems. Silverstone exposed their degradation issues even in cool temps, so the team may implement revised suspension settings or thermal strategies to improve race consistency. If all these elements come together, Mercedes could finally turn the W16 into a reliable contender. McLaren, the measured assassins. McLaren is playing chess while others are boxing. Their Silverstone result? A dominant 1-2, later adjusted after Oscar Piastri's 10-second penalty dropped him behind Hamilton. But performance-wise, they were untouchable in both wet and dry stints. Here's what makes it fascinating. McLaren didn't even race their newest floor upgrade at Silverstone. That's right, the new floor edge, tested during Friday practice, was deliberately withheld. Team principal Andrea Stella later confirmed that Spa was always the planned debut, due to the complexity of comparing floor performance in a sprint weekend format like Hungary. Expect the new floor edge to return for Spa. It's designed to increase underfloor airflow velocity and optimize suction through the diffuser, critical at a track with long straights and fast direction changes. If paired with the delayed Jeddah diffuser upgrade, the MCL39 could find even more grip and stability. And there's more. Engineers are reportedly prepping a new floor body component, with small changes to vortex generation near the rear brake ducts. Whether that comes to Spa or Budapest is still up in the air, but if McLaren gets clean Friday running, we might see all three elements trialled in Belgium. The result? A car that's already strong at high speed could become unstoppable. Aston Martin, quietly rebuilding. After a mid-season slump, Aston Martin quietly bounced back at Silverstone. Alonso and Stroll both finished in the points, and a massive upgrade package was quietly deployed. New floor fences, revised engine cover, and changes to the floor edge. It paid off. Aston has moved from P10, P12 territory to legitimate points contention. Now heading into Spa, more tweaks are expected. Sources close to the team suggest changes to the front and rear corners, likely focused on improving tyre degradation and better heat management during high-speed, long-load corners. The AMR25 has been described as draggy, struggling on straights unless wings are trimmed aggressively. Expect Aston to run a lower drag rear wing at Spa to improve top end, sacrificing some downforce for better straight-line performance in Sector 1. If strategy execution is tight and conditions change, Aston could easily snatch a P6, P8 finish, especially with Williams and Racing Bulls also expected to upgrade. Prediction. With the upgrades stacked up, Spa could deliver a classic. Here's how the pecking order looks on paper. McLaren still leads in raw pace and development momentum. Ferrari might finally unlock consistency if that suspension works as expected. Mercedes is in experimental mode, potential for surprises, but risk remains. Aston Martin and Racing Bulls are in the midfield fight with upside. Red Bull, they're lurking, and that's always dangerous. This Belgian GP could define the title fight heading into summer. Will Ferrari bounce back? Can McLaren extend their dominance? Or is Verstappen plotting something special? Let us know your top 3 predictions in the comments. And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat of the 2025 F1 season. Spa is calling. Let's race!